for this ball game. He was working on everything, especially the foul line where he uncharacteristically was 3 of 6 from the stripe last time out.
The Hoosiers averaging 92 points a ball game so far. Beating Incarnate Word by 8. Skipping around Wilkerson. From the elbow, had it blocked. Got it back. Still time on that shot clock. Good help defense by Dontrez Williams. Into the corner, Wilkerson. 4 to shoot. Wilkerson's got to go with it. Extra pass, DeVries. Knocks down the triple. Good start for DeVries.
Well, that's kind of a backbreaker in the early going for Lindenwood because they've done a really good job of closing out on shooters, and it took all the way to the end of that shot clock for DeVries to be able to knock one down, but a pretty good defensive stance overall for Lindenwood to start.
Get it inside. Makai Cooper had it knocked away. Up ahead, running a fast break, and it's turned over on the other side. Williams tracking down the loose ball. Paint touch with a mismatch. Went for the steal, missed it. Williams, hero stepping his way through the paint, missed the layup.
That was a pretty looking move by Dontrez Williams, the transfer from Abilene Christian. He was an all-WAC freshman performer a season ago.
DeVries, another 3, short.
He's kind of fighting his feet on that one, Jeff, and fading away.
Nenadic with the rebound. Milos Nenadic, transfer from Maine, provides some size.
Making his way through the animal kingdom, was a black bear, now a lion.
With the right hand and an air ball. Bailey kicks it up. Down low again to Reed Bailey. Bailey operates. Bailey with the left hand, no good. Offensive rebound, and the putback is good by Tatum Connerway.
And that's a matchup if you're Bailey, Jeff. Nenadic out there, you can see he's got the knee brace on. They isolate that side of the floor, turn up and face with the sickle move, and make him move laterally.
Defense has been outstanding so far. Turnover forced by DeVries. Refreshing to see the amount of defense being played by this Hoosiers team. I've seen that the last couple of years. There's a deep 3, in and out for Connerway.
He struggled so far from behind the arc. Now 1 of 10 on the year for the transfer from Troy.
Well, Nenadic has not drawn the rim yet. Here's Coach DeVries' first season after a long time at Drake, 1 year at West Virginia. He's won 20 games essentially everywhere he's gone in his head coaching career. Comes in with a brand new roster. Everybody is new, and they have gelled very quickly.
You know, they had a preseason trip to Puerto Rico, which I think really paid dividends, especially with the way they like to play, kind of learning what each player's specific strengths and weaknesses are before the lights really come on.
Second turnover by the Hoosiers. There's a 3 in the corner. And we'll get a whistle on the rebound attempt. We'll pick it up on Robert Lewis. Kyle Gerdeman is the head coach at Lindenwood, 7th season there, St. Charles, Missouri, and 7,000 in the enrollment. A program that is now in Division I, had to sit out their probationary period, but now tournament eligible, playing the OVC conference. Started this year against Texas Tech, and now another big fish in Indiana. Enright almost walked with it. It's off the leg of Wilkerson, and another turnover. It's the second turnover for Indiana. Still nothing across from Lindenwood. 0 for their first 5 from the floor. Williams sets it up inside. Kick it back out, another turnover. That's the second for Lindenwood.
Yeah, and that pass did Robert Lewis no favors. That pass led him underneath the backboard. That allowed the defender to rotate over. Really had no place to go. And you know, Lewis, one of many transfers coming over from Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Both offenses kind of stuck in the mud in the early going. Inside, Nolan there, and a dunk from Sam Alexis.
That's how you shoot 73% on the year. Hold that screen, roll. Tucker DeVries showing you he can not just score in his own right, but kind of continuing with theme here for Indiana, very unselfish.
Alexis coming off of 16-8 against Incarnate Word on Sunday. Drive, and still nothing for Lindenwood. Rebound by Sisley. Deep three, Wilkerson, no good. And tracked down by Sisley, and a fresh 20. And we'll get a foul.
I'm glad they called a foul because it looked like an open gym broke up.
Things to talk about in terms of hoops in the Big Ten Conference.
You talk about the Spartans really dominated Kentucky, and that came shortly on the heels of beating another SEC team in Arkansas.
See if Indiana can get that offense going. DeVries comes up short on his shot, and it's out of bounds. Touch last by Trent Sisley, the freshman. Getting some consistent minutes for Coach DeVries in the early going from Santa Claus, Indiana. 'Tis the season.
Ho, ho, ho.
It's too easy. I set it up there for you.
Nice pass.
Ditch down low, passes it off. Cooper now around the screen. Cooper rises, and still nothing for Lindenwood. Go for their first 8 from the floor, and it's going to be officials getting together. I believe it's going to stay with Indiana. It should. For Indiana's offense, we opened up talking about the ability to shoot the 3-ball. Averaging 26 attempts a game, making almost 11. It's either inside rim shots or it's threes. There's a 3-ball, and it's good. Tatum Connerway.
Only his second made 3 of the year, but he was the Sun Belt Player of the Year a season ago at Troy for a reason.
And Sisley comes away with it. Up ahead, Sisley running the floor. And it's going to be Lindenwood basketball. Good contest on the. DeVries will check back in. As well as Robert Lewis for Lindenwood. I've not seen a lot of Jadis Jones from Lindenwood so far. Trell in and out.
And you mentioned Jones. He's their leading scorer at 17 per outing. And how about this? Shooting 82% from the floor.
Among the nation's best, and a great follow by Alexis, his second dunk of the game. There's a 3. Cooper, no good. Out of bounds, it'll stay with the Lions. Here's a putback from Sam Alexis off the miss.
Nice job of staying active. Kind of flips the script. Talton able to go inside, and you know that's a play that, especially next season, I think Sisley will be able to convert when he gets a little bit more upper body strength.
7 second chance points thus far. Nice little give and go, and able to finish it is Lewis.
Well, he was with Arkansas Pine Bluff. Is it a downgrade to go from being a golden line to just a regular line?
Just stay within the cat family, yeah. Right? Kick it back out, swing it. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Into the corner, there's a 3 in the rainbow. No good, but a foul. 3 shots coming from Talton. Takes us to a
spread the floor, and you see that a 72% assist rate. And, You know, if you go down a little bit further in the numbers, this is as a team now averaging almost 2.5 assist to turnover ratio. You would be overjoyed if you had that from an individual, let alone for a complete squad.
Talton at the line, knocks down the first of 3 for Jeremiah Talton. First trip to the line for either team in this game. From Quincy, Illinois, 6'6", 220. Didn't play in the last ball game. It started the 3 previous games.
And they missed him a season ago. He was out all year long with an injury.
3 for 3 at the stripe to cut the lead in half for Indiana. See if the offense can get it rolling. DeVries on the run, and they'll count it.
I tell you what, that was a nice sequence. This is a difficult catch for Bailey on the move, because this thing comes over his shoulder. Now watch, you slip the screen. That is not an easy catch. He has to turn and locate. Very difficult conversion. And Indiana kind of fortunate there, because in order to turn and locate that pass, if Lindenwood's able to take another half a step, that pass is going to lead him right into trouble, potentially a charge. But a nice catch on the move by the big fella, Reed Bailey.
Kurt Signetti is going to call Coach DeVries here in a couple of moments and see if he can get Reed Bailey to play some tight end for him.
That dude's got it rolling.
Yeah, he does. Undefeated 11-0, first time in program history. And tough shot. Follow is good. There's Jadis Jones.
How quickly did he reload? He got that thing up there, and that's a difficult tip. That left hand was away from his body.
Reed Bailey, and a blocking foul is called. Talton on the foul, you tell me. He's outside of the restricted area, and those feet still moving?
They were still moving, and he has to establish legal guarding position and be set before the shooter goes into the motion. That's kind of a point of emphasis for the officials. You know, before a guy could almost be in the air and a guy could slide under, they've tried to do away with that in order to improve player safety. He goes into a shooting motion and he's still moving. I think he got there just a little late.
Well, 1 out of 2 at the line, and Bailey 1 for 3 so far at the charity stripe.
Unusual. He's 84% from the stripe on the year coming into tonight.
Jones, left hand. He's getting going. He's got 4 now.
Yeah, you have to jump that right shoulder left hand, because he's left hand dominant, and he's showing you why. He shoots 82% from the floor. He fouled out the last time out, Jeff, and they were lost without him.
Nice pass into DeVries. And a foul called from the backside. That pass was a beauty for Bailey.
It really was, and you could tell that Lindenwood is doing everything they can to try to be there on the catch, but good recognition by DeVries. And if he maintains verticality, chances are you're going the other way, but swinging down on the ball is going to put DeVries at the line.
Knocks down the first. Came into this game 8 out of 11 from the free throw line on the season. Big game for DeVries against Marquette. Had 27, a season high. You got a Band-Aid or a piece of tape that's on the floor, and official goes on. Just a 6-point ball game right now.
Well, Lindenwood, I'm going to make sure that Jones gets a touch somehow.
Not a bad look, just a bad shot.
Let's see with Lindenwood on him if Bailey recognizes that when he has the opportunity.
Open look from the corner. It's drilled by Enright.
Now he's 3 of 10 on the year, but what he brings is hustle. I mean, he came in against Incarnate Word when they needed it, made some hustle plays, kept some things alive. And how about this? Doesn't have a lot of assists, but almost a 6-to-1 turnover ratio.
Numbers, Wilkerson got his man in the air, finishes on the fast break. Largest lead of the game for Indiana. Ratcheting up that defensive pressure a bit. And an offensive foul. He'll get Jones. It's going the other way.
Well, last time down the floor, take a look in the corner, Connor Enright. Everyone talks about being shot ready. Look what he's doing. He's got his feet set, his hands are ready. Excellent delivery by DeVries on the pass, hit him right in the shooting pocket. But a lot of times you'll see guys catch it with locked knees. Then they have to bend down anywhere. Enright did his work while the pass was en route.
Nice pass again by Bailey. Wilkerson is fouled and got a shoe to the face. We'll get Dontrez Williams with the personal. And Wilkerson slow to get up. So Wilkerson goes to the line. Wilkerson's first points of the game, transfers from Sam Houston State. Came here and played against Indiana a year ago. Had a good game that day. Different coaching staff, but at least he's familiar with the floor. He certainly has some good memories of this place.
45% from behind the arc a year ago and knocked down about 3 threes per game for Sam Houston State.
Jones driving right hand, no good. Bailey secures. DeVries with a mismatch. DeVries, fall-away jumper, no good. He's 1 for 4 so far for DeVries. Nenadic put it on the deck, passes it off. Jones, good ball movement here. 3-ball by Cooper, short. And he was out of bounds. That was a good possession from Lindenwood, just couldn't finish it off.
Really did a nice job of flipping the floor and put Indiana in a scramble situation defensively. But the three-point shot has not been kind to Lindenwood here this evening.
Oh, for their first 6 from distance. They're shooting just 30% on the season. Some fresh legs in there for Indiana. Alexis checks back in, as well as Trent Sisley. The ball moving a little bit better for Indiana in this segment. Wilkerson's rainbow 3 is short. Cooper kicks, Nenadic for 3. That's no good. 0 for 7 now. Wilkerson pushing. Wilkerson driving, little floater's good.
Good job by DeVries when he saw Wilkerson dribbling at him. You kind of see him back up to take the help with him.
Out of bounds, it'll stay with the Lions, and that will take us to a timeout. 25-11 Indy, which they're Louisville and Kentucky. Those are on the horizon in December.
Yeah, it's going to ratchet up here a little bit, especially in terms of physicality and when the ball goes up. If you look at Indiana so far this season, the one thing, if there's an area of concern as you take a look at it, is rebounding. They gave up a number of offensive rebounds last time out to Incarnate Word. They don't have a tremendous amount of size. So when it comes time for those games against Louisville, Kentucky, and then certainly when you get in the Big Ten, you're going to have to rebound en masse.
Touchdown low, Alexis fronting on Nenadic. Nenadic right hand, no good. Offensive rebound by Futrell. Kick it back out, nice drive, but Alexis there with a block. Williams, no good. Nedidich, another offensive rebound. Just to your point, Sean. All these offensive rebounds.
Yeah, that can't happen. I mean, that's a dunk in about 2 weeks. So that'll be something that they take a look at when they review the film of this. You can't be a spectator, especially when you're undersized. You have to find an opposition jersey and put a body on it.
Wilkerson goes right to the rack and got it ripped away by Williams. Cooper into the corner, 3-ball. That is short. Another offensive rebound for Lindenwood. Cooper again for 3. Still nothing from distance for Lindenwood. There's a 3. Sisley on the other end buries it. All those second chance opportunities coming up dry for Lindenwood. And then the 3 knocked down by Sisley. There's a drive and the second foul of the game for Indiana. It's an and-1 for Jackson.
A nice job by Clayton Jackson using hesitation. Kind of initiates the contact, and very difficult conversion for Jackson and a much needed basket. He returns one of the few returnees that they had at Lindenwood, averaged about 5 points per outing a season ago.
The only other foul for Indiana was on the 3-point try, turned into 3 free throws for Talton. Jackson converts on the 3-point play. Perfect from the line for Lindenwood.
Lindenwood really doing a nice job of being there on the catch with these 3-point shooters.
Into the corner, DeVries fires. Got it. That's one thing the coach was talking about, how quickly he can go up with a shot.
And that's what happens when you're not completely there on the closeout. Jones just about a half step late.
Jackson creating space and an offensive foul. Wrong place, wrong time for Robert Lewis. Picks up his second. Saturday football tripleheader begins with Minnesota taking on Northwestern at the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Then Michigan looks to keep its playoff hopes alive against Maryland. And then Illinois battles Wisconsin under the lights in Madison. All starts and countdown to kickoff Saturday on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Triple dip on Saturday. DeVries. Stop and go. Still plenty of time in the shot clock. DeVries wide open from the wing. Not this time. Jones looking to push. A lot of white jerseys in front of him. Trell for 3. Good look. Nothing falling.
Futrell a season ago went through a horrible skid from behind the arc. Went through an 0 for 27 period of shooting.
There's a 3. That's drilled by Nick Dorn.
Dorn was really playing well for Elon a season ago before he broke his foot in February, and that's something he does extremely well. Knocked down the 3, 35%, made almost 3 threes per game a season ago for the Phoenix.
Coach DeVries has been easing him into more game action of late. 18 or more threes 2 different times this year. Been done just once in the previous 8 seasons. One time. They're rolling so far, first 4 games. Spinning around, running into trouble. Kick it out. There's a wide open look for Wilkerson. Offensive rebound by Alexis. DeVries goes up with another 3. That's short. Nedidich clears.
And again, I think that was made a little bit more difficult shot by DeVries because he was fading away when he put the offering up there.
Nedidich right from the free throw line. Sometimes it feels like that rim has a lid on it for Lindenwood. Just make a couple of shots. They're in this game. Alexis kicks out. 3-ball. He was out of bounds. Dorn had his foot on the line. And a turnover for Indiana. Jones runs into Alexis, kicks it back out. Cooper short on his jumper. And another foul. Coming up, stick around for the halftime show. It's presented by State Farm. Dave Revson and Bruce Weber. There they are, getting their mic packs on, looking good in the studio. Our stage manager Gail still looking for her highlighter. Apparently Bruce took his with him last time he was here in Bloomington.
I hope he put that on his taxes.
First one good from Connor Way. A big day in the conference to talk about. Triple header on the Big Ten Network tonight.
We talked about assist to turnover ratio as a team. Conway, a big reason for that. North of 2.5 to 1 individually.
There's a floater, no good. Jones, that's his game. Shooting 82% from the floor. None really from three-point range. Wilkerson from the elbow extended.
You talk about extended. He's not extending the follow through. He kind of is pulling the string on the last 3 or 4 offerings.
Terrell driving, and he goes off the glass. Offensive foul and a bad screen by Alexis.
Yeah, he just kind of rolled through that, and you know, we talked off air, Jeff, about kind of what has been the difference. The ball's been sticking, and the cuts haven't been as crisp and as full force as we've seen over the first 4 ball games. Kind of a lot of standing around, and the cuts are at about 3/4 speed. In order for this to be operating at high octane, they have to cut with a purpose to clear out the defender and create opportunities on the perimeter.
We got a timeout here, and it's like Tucker DeVries is doing the majority of the coaching during this timeout, talking to his teammates. Feels like that game on Sunday has had some after effects leading into tonight's game too for Indiana.
Yeah, my guess is that the point of emphasis is, hey, you know what? Our spacing hasn't been what it's supposed to be because we're not cutting with a purpose and we're not cutting as hard. They're so unselfish, not just in sharing the ball, but when you cut hard, Jeff, what that does is it takes the defender with you, and even though you may not be the recipient of the pass, it creates other angles for your teammates if you cut hard, and the defense has to respect that you're cutting with a purpose.
Wilkerson having a tough night shooting from the floor, just 2 for 9 in this first half. Williams with the right hand laid it up for nobody in particular. Just about a minute to go. Bullet pass to Wilkerson. 2 for 10 now. 1 minute left in this first half. On the drive, Jones runs into a pair of Hoosiers. Bailey comes away with a loose ball. DeVries. Sisley with a nice catch. And the drive, dump it off, and a nice defensive play by Lindenwood to take it away from Bailey.
And boy, Enright, a smart basketball play. The freshman, Sisley, kind of in a tough situation over here on the sideline, and rather than standing and calling for the ball, Enright went and got it. Then he turned and located the rim and attacked off the dribble, and that put Lindenwood in a scramble situation. 5
blocks. You saw the graphic there by Lindenwood. DeVries able to keep it alive for the Hoosiers. Wilkerson kicks it back out. 3 ball, Sisley short. Lindenwood could play for the final shot of the half.
And if you're Indiana and you're beating on a dribble drive, you've got a foul to give. No sense of giving up an easy layup here.
Nenadic driving and deflected. It'll stay with Lindenwood. 1.9 to go in this first half. time for a couple dribbles, but that's it. Again, off the Hoosiers, under a second now.
You're still at a point where you don't need a tip. You know, you're north of .3. Not a lot of time.
Again, for being with us tonight, Sean. Well, we're not going to set basketball back about 30 years, but it was not clean, to say the least. But some positives to take from it. Sam Alexis is really good off the bench.
Well, he showed you why he's able to shoot north of 70%, but I think it was this defensive performance which gave Indiana a lift when they needed the most. Had a couple of blocks, ran the floor well, made some effort plays. That has been something he has brought to this squad out after transferring in from national champion Florida.
Coach DeVries keeps him coming off the bench because he knows what he can provide off the bench. He provides that spark, and that's what he did in that first half for Indiana. Flip the floor and see if that helps Lindenwood, who was 0 for 10 from three-point range in the first half. Mid-range jumper is good. Clayton Jackson buries the shot. Just a 14-point lead right now. Indiana at times a little clunky offensively, trying to get Wilkerson going. Had a tough first half. Seven to shoot for Indiana. There's a three. And it's short. Tapped into the hands of Jones. On the drive, a whistle. Fouled by Reed Bailey. First for Bailey. 16 fouls in that first half, so Nenadic goes to the line. 4 for 4 in the first half for Lindenwood. Perfect so far, 5 out of 5. That was a fun game when the opponents are on this side of the floor looking into those big heads into the student section. How many of those faces could you recognize, by the way?
Probably not many, but I recognize the big head being the owner of one myself.
You wouldn't need a cardboard cutout?
No, no. This is the real deal, Jeff.
Wilkerson goes baseline. Shut down by Williams. Now the fall away. That misses. Everything but the bottom for Lamar Wilkerson. Nearly lost it. Jones keeps possession. Isolated on DeVries. Jones backing down. Jones left hand. No good. Jones got it back. Another offensive rebound. Jones will go to the line.
If you're Indiana, Jeff, that just can't happen. We had a sequence, a couple of them, where Lindenwood was just quicker to the ball on the offensive window. Here's another example. You know Jones is going to go over that right shoulder with the left hand, and he just keeps playing. You've got a couple of white jerseys that are reaching for it. He takes the extra step, corrals it. He'll shoot a couple as a result.
Bailey just picked up his second foul of the half. And the offensive rebounding is drastically in the favor of Lindenwood tonight. Jones knocks one through.
Jadis Jones had a really solid debut at Lindenwood a season ago, averaged about 13.6 boards, shot north of 50% from the floor, and was the Ohio Valley Conference Freshman of the Year.
There's some of our big heads that we're talking about. We got a few in there. Not me personally, but I could name a few, I think.
You'd be my phone a friend on that, because I have no idea.
Coach Signetti's one of them. Good old scowl. I'd be scared of that shooting free throws too. And a foul. All right, how many can you name there? There's Coach Signetti next to Kyle Schwarber, former Hoosier baseball player.
I know one. Is that Sidney Sweeney down there?
Yeah, you got Sidney Sweeney, Victor Oladipo, Tyrese Halliburton, Yoda. Did you get the little green guy?
No. Science fiction.
Wilkerson misses. But you got Sidney Sweeney. All right.
I'm not dead.
Not yet. Jones fouled. Fouls are starting to rack up. Enright just picked up his second.
I got to tell you, Jeff, I mean, Lindenwood has struggled shooting the ball, but you look at it, they're down 10 with a chance to cut this to single digits, and this is without any kind of perimeter game.
Indiana has yet to score in the second half, and Lindenwood in the game is shooting 19%.
But they're getting more shots because of their activity on the offensive window.
Jones knocks another one through. They're 10 for 10 at the free throw line in the game, and just like that, they trail by just 8. Hoosier fans getting a little anxious. The start of the second stanza. Wilkerson passes up the 3. Good close.
Outstanding closeout.
9 to shoot. Enright finds Alexis. Alexis got to get going. He finds down low Sisley. No good. Nenadic with the rebound.
I think in the season, Sisley will be able to convert that. You've got to put your shoulder directly at the rim and make the defender come through you.
Nenadic goes baseline for the dunk. Timeout, Indiana. 6-point ball game as Lindenwood.
You know, the spacing hasn't been what we've become accustomed to seeing. The threes haven't been there as a result of wide open threes. You see their scoreless streak here as this game has unfolded. But you know, the other thing that really hops out at you, we've talked about it throughout the course of the game thus far, but when you see the numbers, it really strikes you. 14 offensive rebounds so far for Lindenwood in this ball game. The good news for Indiana, that's only resulted in 8 second chance points for the Lions.
Nice pass. Beautiful. Wilkerson snaps the shutout. That was almost 8 minutes of game time. And maybe that's what Wilkerson needs to get himself going tonight, too. Just drawing something up simple.
And toward the rim.
And around the corner, threw it away to Williams. Turnover for Indiana. Up ahead. Nice pass. And he fouled. Ooh, a shot to the head. Dontrez Williams with the foul. Tayton Connerway got a shot right off the top of his coconut.
Well, this started because of a good, strong show on the defensive end by Alexis. And how about that pass? Led Connerway right to the basket. He's making a legit play on the ball. Just happened, doesn't make it hurt any less. But that started on the defensive end because Alexis made the strong show. The ball handler got rattled. That allowed Enright to step into the passing angle, and then the good look ahead to Connerway for some free throws here.
5 out of 8 so far from the free throw line.
This is a team that came in shooting 79% overall in the year.
1 out of 2 for Connerway. Lead back up to 9. Trell for 3. First one of the game from Lindenwood. He's had some good looks. Finally gets one to fall.
Lindenwood, I mean, they have a lot of bounce in their step on both ends of the floor right now.
The longer that they stay in this game, the longer they believe. Enright, nice pass. Alexis got his man in the air. 8 to shoot.
That was a nice rotation defensively by Petrell there to impede the path of Alexis.
Inside touch. DeVries for the layup.
That's the strong cut with a purpose that was missing for the latter part of the first half.
Double figures for DeVries. Jones spinning. Jones with the left hand. No. Alexis with another rebound. And a foul. Nenadic. And he and DeVries, both Drake, former head coaches in the last couple of years. Column followed DeVries at Drake. Iowa playing a new brand of basketball. They had their opener, and the defense that they were playing was on another level.
Well, and they have experienced guys, Bennett Sturtz among them, that just values the ball and rarely, if ever, comes off the floor. And, you know, everyone asks, well, you know, is it going to translate? Look, if you can play, it's going to translate.
Defensive pressure translates for sure. Indiana trying to find something. There's a three by Wilkerson.
He kind of shot that hoping it would go in. His feet weren't really under him. He's fading away a little bit.
Jones inside, fouled. He'll go to the line. That was a release and pray.
Yep, I just want to get it up there. He's not shooting the ball as confidently, obviously. It kind of started in the second half of the Incarnate Word game. He battled foul trouble, was kind of in and out, wasn't able to get in any kind of flow. And at least on that one that he shot, he kind of stuck with the follow through. In his earlier misses in the first half, he was kind of pulling the string on his release.
First miss of the night from the free throw line for Lindenwood. Trying to get some free food with a miss for the crowd. And they're going to get it.
Yeah.
And a foul to go along with it. Taking another shot to the face was Connerway. Free fries for everybody after the double miss at the free throw line. Dontrez Williams just picked up his third foul. Shot to the top of the head that time.
Yeah.
That got Connerway on the side of the face. Indiana's just gone cold shooting the three ball. 0 for 3 in the second half. 5 out of 19 in the game. Shooting just 23% combined the last two. Nice cut. DeVries missed the layup. Out of bounds off of Indiana.
But a really nice set. And again, Lindenwood, you can tell they're trying to honor the scouting report in terms of being there on the catch by DeVries. He understands that, plants that outside foot. Good delivery by Enright, but DeVries just missed it.
Again, we talked about it in the first half with the lack of shooting from Lindenwood. They are still battling in this game. Trell for three. Missed. Good look, though.
Boy, they dodged it. There was another offensive rebound potentially.
Up ahead, Alexis catch. Goes up with it, and he'll go to the line.
Smart play by Alexis. Okay, the pass wasn't optimal, but instead of trying to make a spectacular play, not only did he go up, but he went up with two hands, came down, located the defense, and shoot a couple as a result. A lot of times you'll see somebody, when the ball's off the rim that much, try to make a spectacular play. Make the solid play, go up with two hands, and give yourself a chance.
So he'll go to the line. Indiana 6 out of 9 from the free throw line. See the night so far for Alexis. Knocks the first one through. National champion a year ago at Florida. Darren DeVries right now just trying to find a way to get his Hoosiers going on the offensive end. 2 for 2 for Alexis.
And you can see why Indiana brings him off the bench. I mean, he has brought a spark on both ends. We talked about his presence on the defensive end in the first half. There he does a nice job of taking a play that wasn't going anywhere, gets a couple of foul shots as a result.
And he pulls down a big rebound. Nenadic will pick up a personal.
And Jeff, he's not going to draw that foul if he doesn't go after it with two hands. And watch the block out. Gets a body. That's been something that has been an area of concern in this ball game and on the season so far. If he tries to snare that with one hand, that's not going to get called. But because he went up and corralled it with two, the defender had to go through him.
Well, free throws the rest of the way for Indiana. Already in the bonus. Alexis just went 2 for 2 at the free throw line last trip. And he knocks the first one down. Came into the game at 16 out of 19 from the charity stripe. He's 4 for 4 in his last two trips. couple subs coming in for Lindenwood. Jadis Jones goes to the bench. The student section on the far side of the floor got into it just because of the block out. That hasn't happened often tonight.
Well, they have nourishment now with the free fries, so they can up their game.
Nenadic gives it up to Jackson. Jackson driving. Wild shot, no good. Alexis, another rebound.
Another pretty good show there by Alexis. You could see the ball handler trying to locate Alexis.
There goes Dorn. He'll go to the line. Just gave the foul to Futrell. Just picked up his second. And a timeout called. So 12-point lead for Indiana. More free throws coming for the Hoosiers. Still to come. Hoops triple header continues when Ohio State hosts Western Michigan, followed by USC against Troy. It's all ahead on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. The men of Troy hosting Troy out in Southern California.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
You like that?
Yeah, well, and you know, you want to throw another thing in there?
Yeah, what do you got?
Yeah, Connerway was at Troy a season ago.
It all comes back to Bloomington.
It does.
I like that. Synergy. Well done.
Well, as we go here and shoot some free throws, if you take a look at the bottom of your screen, that has to be something that Indiana is cognizant of. At the 13:23 mark, they're already in the bonus. So if you're Indiana, you want to continue to attack off the dribble, get things going toward the rim, and then maybe that'll force Lindenwood to collapse their defense a little bit more. Dribble drive, a post touch, and then kick out for a three, which so far they've had very few opportunities, clean looks from behind the arc so far.
Lindenwood got this to as close as 6. You see Dorn making his third appearance of the season. That's the first one through. Transfer from Elon. Battled injury after the transfer, so just easing his way into game action. Season high 8 against Milwaukee. 8-0 run right now for Indiana. Most of that coming from the free throw line. Jadis Jones still on the bench for Lindenwood. Jackson bleeds in, trying to find some space. Defense ratcheting up for Indiana, and a foul on Enright.
Yeah, the other thing that Alexis gives you is he's been pretty solid on those helps, on those dribble drives, and showing, and not just showing, but he's done a very good job of communicating. With our angle right here, you can hear him talking his teammates through there, trying to give them a little lift, and they've needed it here in the second half.
Enright goes to the bench with 3 fouls. Wilkerson back on the floor. And a throwaway. Connerway had it stripped away from the backside, and it's going to stay with Indiana.
Good pursuit there by Lindenwood.
Not giving up on the play. I mean, they're hanging in there. Again, they got it to within as few as 6. Extended run right now by the Hoosiers. DeVries catch and shoot from the corner. He drills it.
Nice job of getting his base underneath him, elevating, and sticking with the fall through there. Well done by DeVries.
11-0 run for the Hoosiers. DeVries with 13. Nenadic had it stripped away and landed on the basketball. He was out of bounds. Another turnover forced by the defense. Here's the inbounds play, Sean, to Tucker DeVries.
Well, take a look where DeVries comes from. They're trying to think about the lob and kind of set this little screen. It goes to the little bit. Then they don't talk them through. Nice job by Alexis of getting just enough of the defender coming under control, got his hip there, able to free up enough space, and then DeVries did the rest, got his base underneath him and didn't fade away.
DeVries fouled by Jackson. 9th team foul by Lindenwood. Under 12 to go in this ball game.
A spark of energy as well on both ends of the floor.
He's seen the floor more often than not. See the game of runs in the second half for both teams. Starting with Lindenwood off to a 10-0 run, now 14-3 since for Indiana. Again, a lot of that has come from the free throw line. Next team foul, and Indiana's in the double bonus. There's an extended run for Indiana, 13-0. Trell open again for three. Knocked it through. His second of the game, the team's second.
Pretty use of the misdirection there, Jeff, by Lindenwood. You get the defense flowing to the right, then you kick it back, allowing for Trell to step in behind. That's his second made three of the evening.
Alexis operates the offense from the top of the key. Now DeVries isolated. DeVries from the elbow. DeVries, fall-away jumper. Yes, that's smooth. It's a one-man game right there for Tucker. DeVries has got a game-high 17. Driving, missed the layup. Dontrez Williams. DeVries, wide open three. Got it. He's got 20.
And even out there, that's a rare breakdown of the scouting report by Lindenwood. They had two on him. They both left, and DeVries did the rest.
Trell will go to the line. Largest lead of the game for Indiana at 21 points. DeVries picks up the foul. It's his second. A couple of free throws coming for Trell. St. Louis kid, that's where a lot of the players for Lindenwood are coming from. St. Charles is the home of Lindenwood University. Not too far from St. Louis. There's Sig, right in front of Adele. There's Yoda. I saw Fred Flintstone back there somewhere too.
No, that was me.
Did have a brontosaurus for lunch. DeVries fall away three. Off the glass! I didn't hear him call it, but it counts all the same. In the corner for three. Jones couldn't answer on the other side. And a foul. Dorn will go to the line and shoot a couple. All right. Doesn't matter if you call it or not, as long as it goes through.
Well, I saw a few hog farms on the way here. You'll take your slop any way you get it. It still counts.
Right off your camera and in off the window. This is the second miss from the free throw line this half. 23 points for DeVries, 15 of those coming into the second half. When Indiana has needed a big bucket tonight, they've gone to Tucker DeVries.
And when it has not been DeVries individually, collectively, it's been the foul line that has been their friend so far tonight.
9 of 11 in the second half. Here's the night for DeVries. Cooper, nice pass inside. Lewis fall away, no good. Wilkerson with the rebound. DeVries in the corner three. And Wright tried to tap, couldn't do it. Second miss of the half. There's a three by Futrell on the other end. Too strong. Wilkerson keeps it alive. 3-on-2 if they want it. Wilkerson right hand missed the layup.
And he's really struggled here tonight offensively.
3 for 15 from the floor. Jones. Cooper 1-on-3, got the roll. Nice play by Makai Cooper.
Cooper transferred over from Miami of Ohio. Pretty experienced player, started just about every game over there for the Red Hawks on the team that was very, very good in Oxford a season ago.
Even came into Assembly Hall and played against these Indiana Hoosiers. Wilkerson, nice ball fake. Lost it. Cooper comes away with a loose ball.
Yeah, I think you may see Wilkerson come out here now and just, if for no other reason, just to kind of clear his head.
Fall away, tough shot off the heel. 3 subs waiting for the Hoosiers at the table. Tempo down this possession. Alexis spinning. There's a three. Short and right for the rebound. DeVries to Wilkerson. Boy, did he need that. He looked at the heavens afterwards. You can see it in his eyes now. All right. It's game time. A timeout on the floor. Point play. He's got everything but the Stevenson. And Lewis now picks up the foul. A couple of shots coming for Reed Bailey. There's 6 minutes to go in this ball game, and Indiana stretching things out. Bailey missed the first.
Bailey came into this ball game averaging 4 boards per ball game and only 1 tonight. And as we approach conference season, especially with a squad that is not exactly the deepest along the front line, they're going to need not necessarily his scoring, but they'll need him to rebound at a higher level as this season unfolds.
That's where Alexis and Reed Bailey really need to kick it into gear. Nice move underneath. Again, just everything but the bottom. Bailey battling, couldn't get it. Williams, second opportunity. Cooper, wide open three. Finally, starting to fall in the second half for Lindenwood.
And there was just the inability. It wasn't necessarily a clean offensive rebound, but the inability to corral the defensive rebound, put him in a scramble situation defensively, and Lindenwood able to take advantage.
Bailey had it knocked away to stay with Indiana. Sam Alexis ready to check in, and Lamar Wilkerson will check back in. Josiah Miles was on the floor for a very short amount of time and heads back to the bench. Officials going over to the table to chat. Shot clock question. It's at 15. Sisley spinning, left hand. Got his own rebound and follows. It's a strong play by the freshman.
I mean, that's a driveway basket. If he just caught that with one hand and just kind of push-shotted it up.
They've got scratched on his mouth. Jackson kicks in off the hands of Jones. Indiana basketball again. 13th turnover for Lindenwood. This is a one-man highlight here for Sisley.
Just kind of puts it up there and then stays with it, and I don't need both hands.
So uses his tongue, kind of licking on the side of his lips. He's going to be out of bounds off of Lindenwood. 16 on the shot clock.
I think Indiana might have caught a break here. I thought this in live action, I just thought it went off his hip.
Yeah, you're right. It was definitely deflected for a moment, but last man to touch it was Connerway. DeVries isolated again. Fall away jumper, no good. Lindenwood 3-on-2. Jackson running the floor. Alexis with the trail block. And a travel before the bucket. Fourth block of the game for Sam Alexis. Get it with two hands.
And he keeps it in play as it goes off the backboard. But, you know, Indiana, again, very fortunate because that was yet another rebound, but the shuffle of the feet negates the opportunity at the rim.
And that's the thing tonight with the offensive rebounding by Lindenwood. They haven't converted it into points. 17 offensive rebounds and just 14 second chance points. Two-man game with Alexis and Enright. Alexis has it down low. Nenadic. Alexis had it blocked. Under 4 to play here at Assembly Hall. Jackson to Nenadic. 6 to shoot. Cooper got to go with it. Another rebound by Alexis. That's his 10th. DeVries ends up and it goes into Alexis's hands. DeVries fall away. He's fouled and will shoot 3. Takes us to a timeout. 5-0, and things looked a little sloppy here in that first half, Sean. They have cleaned it up in the second half. Defense has been better, but the offensive motions and the plays that they had designed have looked more cohesive.
Yeah, I think they've cut harder. They've cut with more of a purpose than maybe we saw in the first 20 minutes, and then they understood time, score, and situation, meaning that Lindenwood had been placed in the bonus really early in this ball game. You know, for the last almost 14 minutes, Indiana has been in the bonus situation, now the double bonus, and they've been able to take advantage and pull away as a result.
Officials went over to the table at the last media timeout to confirm it was a 2-point shot, not a 3-point shot from DeVries. So 2 free throws knocked in by DeVries. With 25 points in the game, he'll check out. Sisley will check in.